Silver and Blue Huddle is back again for another victory week as our Dallas Cowboys defeated the Washington Commanders. And we're back. We got the trio back together. So amazing. Expert Corner, Rich Blackman. And, of course, you know we happy. We're excited. I'm excited. I'm going to sit up here and cap a whole lot about how we gave the Washington Commanders the BTA treatment, the belt-to-ass treatment. Like, that was a game that I actually enjoyed watching from start to finish because by the end of the first quarter, we down there was up like 21-0 in the first quarter. Like we scored 17 points. Actually, what really did it for me, fellas, was that we actually won the coin toss and took the ball and actually went down the field and scored 7 on the very first possession.
Like, talk about it.
That right there, I was like, wait a minute, we won the toss and we take the ball. What are we doing? But the Dallas Cowboys actually shocked me, and they went down the field and scored on their very first series after receiving the ball. And I don't think they really received or won a coin toss in such a long time. So, but hey, normally we used to the Dallas Cowboys deferring and playing defense first, but that was a good move. It worked out. I don't know if that's something that they're going to continue to try to do to where they take the ball in the first half and defer to like I don't know. But if they're going to continue to score in the very first series, I'm all for it. But let's talk about these Commanders. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys and how we're back on track according to me. And, you know, we're going to the Super Bowl. But overall, how do you guys feel about the game? Let's start with Eds. Let's talk about it.
Go ahead. I mean, it was a good game from start to finish. We finally see our defense get to the quarterback. We see them get a pick. They're putting pressure on the quarterback. Jadeveon Clowney playing his tail off. We see the secondary in good spots for some of that game. I mean, there's still some things they got to work on. Obviously, the Commanders, without their top 3 wide receivers, was a problem for them. You could tell it was a problem early on, a lot of drops for the Commanders. But I don't feel sorry for them because we've been there, right? We was without Turpin, we was out CeeDee Lamb. Nobody was feeling sorry for the Dallas Cowboys, so I don't feel sorry for the Washington Commanders. On top of that, we saw an offense play a complete game. Were they perfect? No, but Dak Prescott got both of his star wide receivers involved. He got his tight end involved. We got a monster in the backfield in Javonte Williams. It's one of those things that when this offense plays like this with all of their weapons, they are very dangerous, and they can put up 30, 35 points. And then we've talked on the podcast before with the 3 of us. If this defense can just be middle of the pack, hold a team to 20, 25 points, this team can be dangerous, but they got to be consistent. But it's always a good Sunday when we see the boys dominate, especially a division rival. So amazing when you beat a division rival.
Right. That's a big W right there, right? We were just talking about before we started hitting the record button is it's like a double win for us, right? We got a dub, we got an NFC conference dub, and we have a division dub. So for me, it's like a triple threat. I'm excited. I'm very happy we got this dub. We needed it after the way we just let Rico Dowell just run down our throat last week. So speaking of that, I'm glad that we made the adjustments on the D-line to slow down this. I could never say his name. Is it like McCroskey? I could never say the guy's name. The running back from the Commanders, right?
Crosby Merritt. Yeah.
Listen, he's a good running back. I got to give credit where credit's due. And he got me nervous. I was afraid, all right, this guy likes to bounce off tacklers. He's very hard to take down. And I'm very glad that our defense came out and we made the adjustments to slow him down just enough so, we didn't get a repeat of last week, right? Now, did I still see open people running open? Yes. Did I still see certain things on defense as a fan where I was like, we're still not there yet? Yes. But I think our offense played so well that it helped the defense, honestly. And then, like you said, Commanders had injuries. Commanders didn't have, Debo, and they didn't have McLaurin. But it is what it is. It's the NFL. People get injured. You got to play what you got to play with, right? But Dak is still playing great football. He's getting to the ball to his playmakers. He has a lot of weapons out there. I'm glad they're starting to rotate in a lot of the younger guys. Our head coach is, getting more people in rotation. Clowney getting love. I think Overshawn, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Is Overshawn back or no? Not yet.
Yeah, they activated his 21-day window, so he has the next 3 weeks, and he has to play a football game or be at least on the team on the game roster for him to not be put on injury reserve for the year. So
yeah.
Typically, teams aren't putting you on that 21-day window if they're not expecting you to be back. We also Ravel Jr., the cornerback that they drafted, is also in that 21-day window. So we expect those two guys back on the team here in the next couple of weeks. So that's two big additions on that defense, hopefully.
Right.
Now, I got a question. This goes for both of you guys. Do you think we'll see another? I can never say his name right. Flournoy. Do you think we're gonna get to see him used more, even though CeeDee Lamb is back, or no?
Well, they gave it to Jalen Tolbert.
I think obviously that wide receiver room is so stacked right now. It's hard for some of those guys to get into the game, and he had 0 catches in the game versus Washington because you have CeeDee Lamb catching 4 or 5 balls. You got George Pickens catching 4 or 5 balls. You got Jake Ferguson caught 7 passes, and then you had a slew of guys. Lupke, Tolbert, Turpin, Javonte. All these guys are catching a football here and there, and so it's hard when you got 2 number ones. Now, I will say this, and I even talking to Rich on game day, there was a point where there should have been no Dak Prescott in the game. There should have been no CeeDee Lamb, no George Pickens. That game was in hand. That's when you get those guys some run because, to your point, what happens if somebody goes down and we need 19 later down the road? Let's get him reps. Yeah. Joe Milton can get in there and get reps, but it's just difficult when you got so much talent on this offense.
Yeah.
Guys are going to have to be unselfish, right? Now, I'm not saying CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens got to be unselfish. I need those two guys to be Keyshawn Johnson type. Yeah. Give me the damn football, right?
Yeah, facts.
But Turpin, Tolbert, Lupke, Flournoy, Brevin Spam, Schoonmaker, all of those guys are 3rd tier, 4th tier guys. They got to be patient, kind of understand their names aren't CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens and Kevontae Turpin, so they may not see the ball as much.
I would like to see more design plays for Turpin as the season goes on.
I think the game versus Washington kind of played different though, right?
Yeah.
The secondary for Washington, we didn't talk about that enough as Cowboy Nation. Their secondary is horrible. It's horrendous. It's almost as bad as the Dallas Cowboys. And Dak Prescott and Schottenheimer knew that, and they took shots at that secondary, and it worked out, right? George Pickens picked on Lattimore the entire game. Lattimore had nightmares on Sunday night about George Pickens, and George Pickens knew it. And Dak Prescott knew it. And there were times where I felt like Lattimore had good coverage, and Dak is dropping buckets, dots in front of Lattimore, and there was nothing he could do about it. So obviously teams are going to try and take away George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, and that's where Turpin's going to play a big role, and Tolbert and Ferguson going to play a big role. But versus that Washington Commanders secondary, they are just really bad. And they had to make a decision, right? I felt like early on in that game, they were trying to take CeeDee Lamb out of it, and so he was hitting George Pickens for some big shots, and then they kind of switched and put Lattimore on Pickens, and if you saw it, they started to motion CeeDee a little bit more and try and get him away from Lattimore and try and get him on their second corner, because as bad as Lattimore is, the Commanders' number 2, 3, and 4 corners are horrendous, and once they did that, CeeDee Lamb just started to eat. He got whatever he wanted at that point, and so... And then their linebacker team is just struggling. Their whole defense is struggling right now, kind of like the Cowboys. And so when you got a team that's down on offense plus down on defense, the Cowboys did what they were supposed to do, take advantage of that, and, put B2A just like they did, especially at home.
Right. And, just sticking with the offensive performance, obviously you had Dak Prescott, 21 for 30, 264, 3 touchdowns. Javonte Williams, thank you, Denver Broncos, for giving us him. 19 carries, 116, 1 TD. CeeDee Lamb back from his injury game, and I think he said he could have played last week, but didn't. But I mean, hindsight tells me we probably could have used him if we knew that we was going to play the way we was gonna play. So we should have used him last week. We probably would have won. CD 5 catches for 110.
CD don't play defense though.
Yeah, he don't.
We needed someone last week to tackle Rico Dowdle. Listen, there ain't nothing worse so amazing when a dude tell you I'm finna take your lunch money and then proceeds to take your lunch money.
He did.
Right.
And you went to lunch. Like you showed up to the lunchroom with your lunch money. Like that's pretty sad.
It is. So CD 5 for 110, 1 TD, Jake Ferguson 7 for 29, and George Pickens out there just mossing people 4 for 82. Who is you guys MVP on offense?
I kind of want to just give it to Dak because he's
been giving it to Dak all podcasts.
That's what I'm saying. Like
all year, I've been giving it to Dak.
If we take Dak out of it, I mean, welcome back, CD. I mean, Jesus. I mean, he just came back and just started. He almost came back to exactly what he was doing already. Like there was no misstep. He just came back. Yeah. Him and Dak still had like the connection, and yeah, he just returned right back to normal form. There was no I'm a little rusty, dropped the ball here and there. No, he just came back. I mean, I think CD balled out.
Right. What about you, Eds?
Yeah, I'm gonna go really crazy here. My offensive MVP's name didn't take a single snap. He didn't play a single down. His name is Brian Schottenheimer. If we go back and look at what the Dallas Cowboys offense looked like last year when Dak was healthy with Mike McCarthy calling plays, Brian Schottenheimer is attacking defenses. He's putting guys in motion. He's throwing the ball down the field. He's got a running game that you don't know when the run is coming. He is disguising things that weren't disguised last year. How many times as Cowboy fans did we watch games last year that we say, this will run to the right?
Yep.
Oh, it's a draw. Oh, curl route coming here on the left. Watch it here, curl route. I don't know how many times I look like Tony Romo in my living room predicting plays before they ever happened last year. Yeah. This year, I think
I don't know what's happening.
They don't know what's coming, right? Yeah. And he's putting guys in motion, and the motion means nothing to the play. He's allowing Dak to hurry up to the line. Dak is calling different audibles 3-4 times at the. This offense just looks unstoppable at times, and all of that is because of the guy calling the plays. Dak Prescott still Dak Prescott. CeeDee Lamb still CeeDee Lamb. They have a younger offensive line than they had last year. You have no Zach Martin, and this run game looks ridiculous. Obviously, Rico Dowdle was a good running back last year, but I think Javonte Williams is on that same level, if not better. He's aggressive. Brian Schottenheimer has done exactly what he promised us he was going to do. This offense was going to look different. It's going to be motion heavy. We're going to disguise things. We're going to be physical up front. And that's exactly what he's doing. Brian Schottenheimer gets my MVP for offense.
I do want him to tone down the screens, though, a little bit, because sometimes he get a little screen happy.
I think he's, again, the screen early in the game I didn't like because it was the fake RPO back to this. Just takes so long to develop with the young offensive line. But I agree. You got to figure out when to get the screen game going.
Right. The best play to piggyback to what I liked the most was in the red zone, right, Rich, where they hurried up real fast and it was like a quick play action, and then Ferguson just leaked out, and it was designed. And if you looked at the press conference after when they talked to Schottenheimer, they asked him about up tempo offenses, this and that. I think they asked him about it, and he said that play was actually practiced in practice. I
feel like they run that play for years though. Like that play is always there when they play action and roll out. Like it's always there.
But it's on an up tempo though. It's on an up tempo.
That's it. It's about getting Dak to the line early and allowing him to make those decisions. Hey, I can go quick. If I see something I like, I'm going quick. If I don't like it, I'm audible and out. I'm changing protection. I'm changing routes. I'm putting guys in. They're allowing Dak Prescott to be Dak Prescott again, and Schottenheimer is trusting him on top of also taking those deep shots. Listen, I didn't see a lot of that last year, taking deep shots. They didn't have a George Pickens, but this offense looks completely different than last year, and I'm absolutely loving it.
I'm just waiting for, can we transition that? Can we find a quarterback on defense? We have nobody on defense that is the quarterback.
They activated his 21-day window yesterday.
I hope. I'm very optimistic. I hope Overshawn comes in and does
Yes,
that.
sir.
I do.
I think that kid is hungry. Listen, if I could give up my one healthy knee for this kid, I would give it up. And I'm sure a lot of Cowboy Nation would do the
No,
same
we
thing.
would.
I just
Hell
want
yeah, 'cause he's athletic like a
I
motherfucker.
just want Zero to be healthy.
Absolutely. I mean, we did have a, let's talk about offense. We did have a Jaden Blue sighting as well. 7 carries, 29 yards. He looked pretty good. I mean, maybe he gets some more burn. I mean, Miles Sanders on the
He's going
IR.
to.
But
Yeah, he's going to.
give the man. He looks fast. I mean, he ran like a
Blue
what was
needs
it,
more
a stretch
reps.
or he ran a stretch or a toss that got called back.
Yep.
But he got to that
Yeah.
edge quick. So
Yeah.
we need to see more of that.
You know what I'm waiting for? A nice wheel route, right, Rich?
Maybe,
Put him on a nice wheel route.
I can see it. Defensively, who is your defensive MVP? Let me go first since you guys did offense. Defensively, I mean, it don't look all that fancy on the stat sheet or whatever, but I saw this person play and I saw like some of the things he did when he was actually on the field, and it's going to go to Clowney for me. I mean, for me, he had a sack, he had tackles for loss. I saw him winning his one-on-ones, and they actually impact Jaden Daniels a lot, and also Marcus Mariota when he got into the game. So that's going to be my defensive MVP, Clowney. Like I said, 1 solo tackle, 5 total, and 1 sack and 1 tackle for a loss. But he was out there winning his ones.
Several balls batted down at the line of scrimmage as well. I mean, the guy played well. It's a good pick.
Yep. Defensive MVP, who you guys got?
I want to say just shout out to the D-line because I love that rotation, but hey, man, I got to say it. The interception machine, the Mr. Pick Sick himself, DaRon Bland came out, even though I know, Mike, it was a wild, easy pass. Any cornerback in the NFL would have got that. I don't care. DaRon Bland saw ball, get ball, and he always gets to the end zone. So shout out to that man. He got into the end zone. I was happy to see him do his thing again. I know Cowboy Nation was excited to see him run back another pick six, or I like to call Oski 6. So I'm gonna go DaRon Bland. But expert, I hope you say the person that I'm thinking right now.
Oh Lord. Okay. 2 great picks, but I want to give some love to the young guy, Shamar James. This linebacker has played his tail off since he's been put into the rotation. Obviously, Sanborn being hurt, they pushed Shamar James in. Big forced fumble on Jaden Daniels, forced him out the football game. You got to love what this young guy can do. And now, when you give him another young guy next to him in Overshown, and we got 2 speed guys at linebacker that can play not only the run, but can play coverage, can get after the quarterback if they're asked to blitz. I like where this defense is going, but I got to just see more consistency. It's so amazing. He hit the nail on the head earlier when he talked about, I still see the mistakes that I shouldn't be seeing. The Zach Ertz touchdown, as much love as I want to give Shamar James, that's on him. He's just standing there guarding grass at that point. That's going to come with experience. He wasn't asked to do a lot of that at Florida. He was just a get after the quarterback kind of guy. They're going to ask him to be a more complete linebacker. Overshown was kind of the same way when he first came in the league. He's going to understand that a little bit more as he gets some season underneath him. But I like where this defense is going. DaRon Bland doing what DaRon Bland does. And guys, when you get one, sometimes those interceptions come in bunches. And if you start to see that, you get the pick six, you see it on film, it's on highlights throughout the week. Hopefully we can get DaRon Bland seeing some more of that. Maybe he can get his running mate, Trayvon Diggs, to start seeing the football too. Or maybe Trayvon Diggs is no longer a Cowboy. I don't know. We'll see.
I was gonna say Trayvon Diggs gotta redeem himself right now. I mean, listen, I know there's a lot of people that back him up. There's a lot of hearsay on him. He needs, in my eyes, I think he needs to show me something.
He got to show everybody something.
There is one person.
Something.
There is one person, Rich, and I want you to know this. You know this. I don't even have to say it. There's one person we have to give credit for this game. He broke a record.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about him. Listen, I made a TikTok. Listen, show him the money. Just show him the money. I don't care what it takes, Jerry Jones. Back the Brinks truck up to the kicker's house and tell Brandon Aubrey, you go outside, however much you want to pull out the truck, you just pull it out. It belongs to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Brandon Aubrey, he makes 60-yard field goals, man, look like extra points. And it's scary. And even what was it? I think the commentary after he kicked it to break the record, even the commentary was like, it's scary on how good he makes it look. And again, he's a soccer guy. Like his background in soccer, he was a professional soccer player. And it's just, man, like I don't understand. Like I've never, besides, this guy that was with the Ravens, I don't want to say his name, but like besides him, I haven't really seen something so like automatic and smooth. It's
that's the part for me. It's like the lack of effort. Like it's just like hey man, I'm just out here to kick a football. Like just snap it when you're ready, my guy. Like it's just when they got to the 50-yard line later in the game, I was like, let him try. What does it matter? It's 67, 68 yards. Why not let him try? Just, bro, the game is over. Let him try. At some point, they're going to let him try and kick a 66, 67-yard field goal. I feel it.
Break the record.
And just have the overall record for longest field goal and do it while he's at AT&T Stadium. It's just mind-blowing how good he is.
And do it when you're still when he's still good. Because think about it, injuries do happen and age does catch up with you. So he's like one calf or like leg injury away from not having no more control. So yeah, I mean, Jerry, pay the man. And then I would say, if you get to that range sometime this season, let him try to go for it.
And I'm perfectly fine if that kick means something, like you're tied in a football game and that's for a win or it's in overtime. It could even mean something because I don't think the moment is ever too big for him. I feel like the more pressure we put on Brandon Aubrey, the smoother the kick looks. Like he just knows. And like they talked to some of the Cowboy players after the game about Brandon Aubrey, and one of the players was talking about when we come off the field and he's going on, we already know we got 3 points. We're not even looking at the kick. A lot of times you see guys on the sideline like checking out, did we get the score? Did we get the 3? There are guys on that Cowboys team like we just go to the sideline. We know the 3 is already on the board. And I think defenses know that too. Like at this point, well, now we're down 3 points or the Cowboys just got 3, which is why I put in the chat, like his agent got to be just like smiling ear to ear because he finna get a payday as a kicker.
And I was going to say, Ed, you actually called it a few podcasts ago to where teams are going to start playing for that Brandon Aubrey effect, where they're going to start going for it on 4th down versus just punting the ball to the Cowboys. And because realistically, the Cowboys only need like another 30 yards to get in Brandon Aubrey's range.
That's it.
So
exactly,
teams are now going for it on 4th down, so they had to be put in that position. But I would say before we move on, you guys did probably not mention one defensive MVP that we probably do need to give him some flowers because we've been on him every single week since the week started, and that's going to be the defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus for at least for this 1 week, changing it up and changing the coverage and doing something different. Because I think
I think Schottenheimer helped him out with that.
He got to do that. He got to do that more than 1 week. You can't.
But at least he was willing, though. He was willing. And he did it.
I think a lot of that is he didn't have a choice.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I think he understood.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He understood that the Commanders are down 3 wide receivers. Listen, when you're down your 3 top wide receivers in the NFL, I'm playing man-to-man on those 4, 5, and 6. You're not getting past my top corners at 4, 5, and 6. It's just not happening. I'm going to play man, and I'm going to try and get after the quarterback. And also, when you have a running quarterback like Jaden Daniels, you got to put pressure on him and make that ball come out. So I think that's part of the game plan. Listen, I will be the first one to sit up here and give the defensive coordinator props if we start doing this 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row and we're being more consistent on defense.
Consistent. It's really consistent.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. So moving on, before we talk about next week's matchup against the Denver Broncos, there's a few trade rumors that we should probably at least bring up and address. The latest one is probably dealing with the Las Vegas Raiders. Max Crosby, the Cowboys called the Raiders, and they might work something out. And to me, I believe it when I see it. I don't really believe too much into the rumors, especially when it comes to Jerry Jones, because he just be talking out of the side of his neck. So until it's official, I'm not really believing that. And to me, I think Jerry really believes that there's nothing really wrong with the defense. So he thinks they're good. He thinks we got help on the way. That's what he says. We got help on the way, but by that time, we may have like another 2 L's, and then we might be out of contention. But our division is so bad currently with the Giants and the Commanders that we are still, maybe if we win these next couple of games, we still in position to maybe take the wild card and maybe even the division if the Eagles continue to slip up a little bit. But trade rumors, you believe him? You taking it, or is it just a bunch of gaslighting?
I mean, listen, if he comes, he comes. I mean, like that'll be a crazy D line. It'll be a crazy D line rotation.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be a bonus to the Dallas Cowboys. He instantly makes you a contender on defense because he does know how to get after the quarterback. He is good at stopping the run. But my biggest thing is, what does it cost you, right?
Yeah.
Are you willing to give up 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby? Because that's what the Raiders, I believe, are asking for. I don't think I'm willing to give up 2. That's Micah Parsons' range, 2 first-round picks.
And we don't know his injury status either. Remember,
I will say this.
They got to do a physical, too.
I give you one. I give you 1 first-round pick, and I'll give you a 3rd and Mozzie Smith. If you take Mozzie, I give you a 1st and a 3rd and Mozzie Smith.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to take Mozzie Smith, don't pick the phone up. Like Las Vegas, just don't pick the phone up when Jerry Jones calls.
Yo, honestly, I got to agree with that. I like that.
I'm not a fan.
If that was the deal, I'll take it.
I'm not a fan of either of Jerry Jones saying help is on the way. You get a chance to get a all-pro, NFL type, all-pro Max Crosby to add to this Dallas Cowboy team. You take that opportunity. I just don't want to sell the farm to get Max Crosby, right?
Not Max, no.
Right.
Again,
because he'll bring attitude. He's going to bring that attitude to the D-line.
Man. He would
he got that swag.
He would be a big addition to this front four.
Imagine him in the locker room.
Especially with him and Jadeveon Clowney together. Because Jadeveon's talking about he's got starting to get his legs underneath him. You're going to start seeing a lot of this from him. It would be good. But again, I'm with y'all too. I'll believe it when I see it come across my phone that the Cowboys have traded for Max Crosby.
Now, do you believe the defense? Because I also heard somebody else say like the offense is perfect, it's fine, it's moving, it's scoring, it's doing what it's supposed to do. The defense needs a little bit of help. Do you believe that the Dallas Cowboys defense is 1 or 2 pieces away for at least being decent and okay, and maybe saving the season for the Dallas Cowboys?
It depends on who those 2 pieces are, right? Because I do believe if you get a good corner, right, and this corner group can really sit here and lock down wide receivers, you get a linebacker in an Overshown that comes in here and solidifies this linebacker crew. Those 2 could be big pieces just that you have in the building already. Again, that won't make any difference if you ask man-to-man corners to play zone and you ask man-to-man linebackers to play zone. It won't make any difference. You have to, and we've talked about it, you have to call a defense that benefits the players in the building. If you're not going to call a defense to cater to what your guys are good at, it won't make any difference who you bring in, right? You can bring a Max Crosby in, but if you're not willing to go put a blitz on the quarterback and make guys man-to-man block Max Crosby, it won't make any difference. You're just going to double team your best guy, and your other guys aren't going to get pressure. I see the Cowboys getting pressure on quarterbacks right now with the guys they got in the room because they're doing different things. They're moving Ezeraku around. They're stunning. Right. They're bringing the 5th guy off the edge. They're bringing the linebacker up the middle. It all that. You can bring 2 guys in that are 2 good guys, but if you're not going to play to their strengths, it's not going to make any difference.
Right. I agree. But
like Overshown, when he comes back, I think they should get exotic with him. They shouldn't just put him in the middle and just have him stand there.
Yeah, exactly.
He should be moving around at all times. Like the quarterback for the other team should be like trying to mic him all the time.
Where is he at? Like, where did you put him this time?
Because the thing is, you want a quarterback to know, is he coming? Is he not coming? If you line him up like a traditional linebacker, middle linebacker, and he just standing there
like a statue, exactly.
Yeah, and then if the quarterback sees him like, oh yeah, you go over there, hey, you go over there, the quarterback's gonna be like, all right, he ain't coming. All right, here we go, ready. You know what I mean? Like if you move him around, I mean, you can still drop him in zone. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying you got to move him. Like a guy like Overshown, you got to move those guys around.
Right. I agree. So we'll wait to see if we actually trade for Max Crosby. But you also mentioned you wanted Mazi Smith in that trade. Also, please take Elam as well. Like he has to be included in the package too.
I mean, he played well. He played well versus the Commanders. Again,
It was weird. I know.
It's about knowing your guy's strengths and weaknesses. And one is number 20 cannot play 65 snaps on defense. Yeah. You put him in spots and you put him in position to be successful. You put him in man-to-man. You put him on their third wide receiver.
Yeah. And you know what? I feel like with Elam, you got to put him third receiver, man him up once in a while. I think you could even keep him close to the box because he can help a run defense too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Right. Don't put him in zone.
All right. Well, hopefully we get Max at a decent price. Give him like 3rd or 4th round picks or something like that, and then Mazi Smith. That'd be great.
Yeah,
so Raiders, please take those 3rd and 4th round picks.
Yeah, your season is over with. Y'all decided Geno Smith was the guy. Y'all season is done. Just send him to us.
Exactly. So coming up next for the Dallas Cowboys is the Denver Broncos. Unfortunately, it is a away game for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't like that aspect, but the Denver Broncos actually just kind of struggled with the New York Giants and Jackson Dart this past week. It's going to be a tough game, tough environment. I want to say that the Cowboys can pull it off, but let's get some thoughts on the Cowboys and Broncos matchup this week. What are some keys to that?
I was going to say, look, if you see the back of my jersey, it says where, right? And I know where went over to the Denver Broncos too. Mm-hmm. So that Mile High, what I'm thinking about is that conditioning. So first off, our team better be ready for some. They better be running some wind sprints today, because when they have to play, they gonna need some oxygen, because that elevation is no joke. That's one. Two, I just hope we don't pull what the G-men did and just give up a loss, because they had a lead on the Broncos. They had their foot on their neck, and they let them come back. And I only think the Broncos, the only reason why they came back is because the Giants made mistakes, and Sean Payton is a great coach. So
yeah, we're not giving up 33 in the 4th. The Giants gave up 33 in the 4th. No.
And that's what I'm hoping that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Sean Payton is going to have a good game plan for us. He's going to be like, oh, their defense is not that great. We're going to control the ball because we, blah, blah, blah. That's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to not make it a shootout, because if he makes it a shootout, I think he knows Dak can outshoot Knicks pass for pass, right? And I want to hear expert and you guys' opinion on this. I think if it's a shootout, we win the game. But if Sean Payton slows that game down and he tries to also, do exotic looks and make Dak have to think about it and not have too many possessions, that's what I'm worried about.
Right. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Denver Broncos have a better wide receiver core than the Commanders do. I think their Bo Nix is not as good as Jaden Daniels, but Bo Nix is a serviceable quarterback. He's going to throw for 250, 270 if you allow him. The big thing for the Cowboys is the thing I thought that they did well versus the Commanders is they really shut that running game down. They did a really good job. It didn't look like that to start the game, but they kind of settled in that Commander game and kind of shut the running game down, really held them to under 3 yards a carry. Mm-hmm. If they do that versus the Broncos, make the Broncos one-dimensional, that really helps them out on defense. But just like So Amazing said, you cannot get in the shootout with the Dallas Cowboys, because the guy shooting for the Dallas Cowboys, he got plenty of ammunition on that side of the football. Yep. And the thing for the Broncos is their defense struggled versus the Giants and Jackson Dart and Scatterboo and all that. Yeah. The Cowboys offense is better than the Giants offense. Yeah. I like even the Giants offense.
Even if Surtain is on CeeDee Lamb, right?
Again,
even
you got to make a decision though, because somebody's got to guard Pickens. Listen, you have to run the football versus the Broncos. You have to make them come into the box, and then you have to take advantage of that defense, just like the Giants did. Because the Giants did that without Malik Neighbors on the football field, their best wide receiver. The Dallas Cowboys are about to roll into Denver with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens and Jake Ferguson at the helm, with Dak Prescott throwing the football. I like this Cowboys game versus the Broncos. Again, I don't like that it's on the road. So Amazing brought it up that atmosphere, the elevation can be a problem for teams, and you see that. But I think the Cowboys will be ready. Hopefully, we can keep this momentum going. You got to get this momentum as you're starting to head towards your bye week, because after that bye week, you got some tough games coming out of that bye with Thanksgiving around the corner. So, I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys. I think they're going to find a way to win this football game, and it is going to be a shootout because it's the only way the Broncos really have a chance versus us. But the Broncos just saw themselves put up 33 points in one quarter versus the Giants, and that's huge momentum for them. I'm picking a close one. This is a 28-20 win for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
I like it.
That's
I think Surtain actually got hurt because he didn't even log any catches. Any deflections or anything last week against the Giants. So he may be a little bit dinged up a little bit. So we'll see.
What time is the game, Rich? I forgot what time the game is.
It's a late game.
It's the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock time frame.
Okay.
Yeah. So they can maybe without Surtain, and they may even be without Greenlaw too.
It's not going to affect them like time zone wise because because they're from Texas. So
plus
it's still central, right?
The Broncos are without their superstar linebacker Greenlaw for his nonsense at the end of that game versus the Giants. He's suspended for one game, so he will not play versus the Cowboys. Unless that gets overturned sometime this week, but right now he is out due to a suspension.
So, I mean, honestly, if you really think about it, I haven't even checked the lines yet, like for the betting line. So it might be, Cowboys might be favored for this game.
Right. If the Cowboys do exactly what they did to the Commanders and get a lead and force the Broncos to get out of that run situation, then they're going to be fine. Because that's what happened to the Commanders. Because if you remember in the first quarter, that running back for the Commanders looked like Le'Veon Bell out there, and like he was about to slice and dice the defense. But once the Cowboys got a nice little lead on the Commanders, they had to abandon the run game and lead to the passing. So, unfortunately, Jaden Daniels got hurt, but it was that lead that pretty much the Commanders had to throw their whole playbook out and try to get back in the game by passing, because running really wasn't going to do anything for them. So the Dallas Cowboys get another lead on the Denver Broncos and put the game in Bo Nitt's hands. I like our chances. I love our chances. I got the Cowboys winning. They're going to score like 30 points again. So I got them winning probably 35 to like 24, something like that. And I think the Broncos are only going to get that late in the second half or something like that. I don't think they're really going to do much. If Dallas Cowboys jump out and get another lead, they're going to be just fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going to be just fine. So hopefully we're going to come up here next week and have another victory podcast, because that's what we like to do. But
yeah, man, we're starting to get, it's ramping up. We're in October, man. Like it's starting to get that good football. I call it good football, that fall.
I consider we had two bad losses, the Panthers and the Bears. Without those two losses, we'd be pretty much at the top of the division and top of the NFL, and everybody be like,
they let those two games go away, right? Like they let those games get out of hand. And now you have to win these next three, right? You got to be on a 4-game win streak when you go into your bye week after the Raiders, right? No, not the Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders.
Right. Who we got? What's the schedule
the Cardinals. Like? So you got Denver next, then you got Arizona, then you're on the bye. Then you have the Raiders. You have to win. You have to win these next 3 games, because then you play Philly and Kansas City in less than 7 days.
Oh, like back to back.
You play the Eagles on a Sunday, and then you turn right back around and play the Chiefs on that Thursday on Thanksgiving.
That's tough.
And it doesn't get any easier because you got the Lions right after the Chiefs. So you got Eagles, Chiefs, Lions. That's tough.
And Lions are playing great D.
And that those 3 teams are playing good football right now.
Yep. I agree. So hopefully the Dallas Cowboys do what they need to do and don't overlook another opponent and just go ahead and win these next 3 games, because these are 3 winnable games. Denver, Arizona, Vegas, and probably even Philly too. These are all winnable games, but the next 3 is definitely critical. Like critical. So
here we go.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it in Blue Huddle, guys. We're back. Make sure you guys follow everybody on the social medias. My man Esbert is on TikTok. He's also on Twitch. Get that man to follow. So Amazing's on Facebook sometimes. And he's also on Kick. Make sure you follow me on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on your bell icon so you know when we drop another video. And we'll catch you guys next week on the Silver and Blue Huddle.